Stop right there. If you own a car and you live in the United Kingdom, the next few minutes could save you from a fine that you never saw coming. Thousands of drivers across Britain are about to be hit with unexpected charges this April, and most of them have absolutely no idea it is happening. Your number plate, sitting right outside on your car at this very moment, could already be showing up on a government camera as a vehicle that owes money. And if you ignore this warning today, you could be looking at an £80 fine, a court penalty of up to £1,000, or even your car being clamped on the side of the road. So please do not scroll away. Stay with me, because what I am about to share with you is something every single driver in Britain needs to hear right now. Welcome to UK State Pension with David. I am David, and this channel exists for one simple reason: to make sure that people across the United Kingdom always have the clear, honest, and straightforward information they need to protect their money and their rights. Whether it is your pension, your benefits, your household finances, or, as we are covering today, something that affects nearly every adult in this country who owns a vehicle, this is the place where you will always get the truth explained in plain English with no confusion and no nonsense. If you are new here, welcome. Please subscribe right now and hit the notification bell so you never miss an important update. And if you are already part of our community here at UK State Pension with David, thank you so much for your continued support. Now let us get straight into what is happening, because this really does matter, and it matters right now. Car tax, vehicle excise duty, road tax, whatever name you know it by, it is the annual charge that every driver in the United Kingdom must pay to legally use their vehicle on public roads. And from April 2026, the rules and the rates are changing in ways that will affect almost every driver in this country. It does not matter whether you drive a petrol car, a diesel car, a hybrid, or even a fully electric vehicle. Yes, even electric car owners are now paying road tax, and we will come to that very shortly because it is one of the biggest surprises that has caught people completely off guard. Let us start with the main number that everyone is talking about. From April 2026, the standard annual rate of vehicle excise duty rises to £200 per year for most cars registered after April 2017. That is up from £195 in the previous tax year. Now, some people hear that and think, well, £5 more is nothing to worry about. And on its own, perhaps not. But here is the truth that nobody is telling you clearly enough. For certain drivers, the total bill is not £200. It is dramatically higher than that. And understanding where you fall in this system is absolutely essential before April arrives. The exact amount you pay for your road tax depends on four things: the date your car was first registered, the type of fuel it uses, how much CO2 it emits, and the original list price of the vehicle when it was brand new. If you know those four things about your car, you know exactly what you owe. If you are not sure, check your vehicle registration document, which is your V5C logbook, because all of that information is printed right there inside it. Now let us talk about new cars, because the first year charges for brand new vehicles in 2026 have gone up significantly, and they vary enormously depending on what you are buying. For the most polluting vehicles, those producing the highest levels of CO2, the first year charge when you drive that car off the forecourt can now reach over £5,000. That is £5,000 in road tax alone in year one, before you have even paid for insurance or fuel. This applies to large high-emission vehicles like certain luxury SUVs and high-performance models. If you or someone in your family is thinking about buying a new car this spring, you absolutely need to check the first year vehicle excise duty rate before you commit to anything, because it could add thousands to the total cost that you were not expecting. For a more typical family petrol car, the kind that most ordinary people drive every day, the first year charge for a brand new purchase sits at several £100s before dropping to the standard £200 rate from year 2 onwards. For a typical diesel, which tends to produce higher emissions, the first year figure is higher again. The key message here is simple. Year 1 costs more than every year after that, so factor it in when you are budgeting for a new vehicle purchase. Now let us talk about electric cars, because this is the part of the story that has genuinely shocked a lot of people across the country. For years, owning an electric car in the United Kingdom meant paying absolutely zero in road tax. Nothing at all. The government used that exemption as one of its main incentives to encourage people to make the switch away from petrol and diesel. Hundreds of thousands of people bought electric cars partly on the basis of that promise, and now that promise has been broken. From April 2025, electric vehicles became subject to vehicle excise duty for the first time. That means 2026 is the first full calendar year where electric car owners are renewing their road tax and paying the full standard rate. New electric vehicles registered from April 2025 pay a discounted first-year rate of just £10, which is essentially a token amount. But from the second year onwards, they move straight onto the same standard flat rate of £200 per year as every petrol and diesel car. And from April 2026, that rate goes up to £200 if it has not already been applied to your vehicle. If you drive an electric car and you believed you would never have to pay road tax, that is no longer the case. Check your renewal date and make sure you are prepared. There is something else that electric car owners in particular need to understand, and it is called the expensive car supplement. This is an additional charge on top of your standard road tax rate, and it applies to any vehicle that had an original list price of over £40,000 when it was brand new. If your car fell into that category, you pay an extra £425 per year on top of the standard £200, giving you a total annual bill of £625. This supplement lasts for 5 years from the second year of registration. However, there is genuinely good news here, specifically for electric vehicle owners. From the 1st of April 2026, the threshold for the expensive car supplement for zero-emission vehicles is being raised from £40,000 to £50,000. This means that if you own an electric car that was priced between £40,000 and £50,000 when new, and it was registered from April 2025 onwards, you will no longer have to pay that extra £425 per year. Over 5 years, that is a saving of over £2,000. That is real, meaningful money, and it is worth knowing about. For drivers of older vehicles, the picture is different again. Cars registered before April 2017 are taxed under an older system based on CO2 emission bans, with rates ranging from nothing at all for the very lowest emitting vehicles up to over £700 per year for the highest. And for owners of genuine classic cars, there is a complete exemption available. Any vehicle that was manufactured more than 40 years ago qualifies as a historic vehicle and is exempt from paying any vehicle excise duty whatsoever. From April 2026, this exemption applies to all vehicles built before January 1986. If you own a classic car from that era, you pay nothing in road tax, but you do need to make sure the exemption is correctly registered against your vehicle because it does not happen automatically. Now, I want to make absolutely sure you understand the consequences of not paying your road tax on time, because this is where real financial damage happens to ordinary people who simply forget or assume everything is being handled. Driving a vehicle on a public road without valid road tax is a criminal offense in the United Kingdom. It can result in an automatic fine of £80. If that fine is not paid, the case can go to court, where the penalty rises to up to £1,000. On top of that, there is a nationwide network of automatic number plate recognition cameras positioned all across British roads. These cameras are linked directly to the government database, and they check every number plate they see in real time. The moment your road tax expires, your number plate is flagged in that system instantly. There is no warning. There is no grace period. If a camera reads your plate and your tax is expired, action can follow. If your untaxed vehicle is found parked or left on a public road, it can be clamped immediately. To get your vehicle released from a clamp, you pay a release fee of £200. If the vehicle has been towed away to a pound, you also pay daily storage charges on top of that. You can see how quickly this escalates into a bill of several £100s, all because of a lapse that could have been prevented in 5 minutes. So please, take a moment today to check that your road tax is current and up to date. Look at your renewal reminder letter if you received one, check your bank statement if you pay by direct debit, and make absolutely sure everything is in order before April arrives. The bottom line from everything we have covered today is this. From April 2026, standard road tax rises to £200 for most modern cars. First-year charges for new high-emission vehicles can be extremely high. Electric cars are now fully subject to road tax just like every other vehicle. The expensive car supplement threshold for electric vehicles rises to £50,000, which is good news for many EV owners. Classic cars built before 1986 are fully exempt, and driving without valid road tax risks fines, clamping, and court penalties of up to £1,000. Check your number plate situation today. Do not wait until April, and do not assume everything is fine without verifying it yourself. That is everything for today here on UK State Pension with David. I really hope this video has helped you understand exactly what is changing with car tax in April 2026 and what you need to do right now to protect yourself and your wallet. If you found this useful, please give this video a thumbs up because it genuinely helps this channel reach more people who need this kind of clear information. Share it with a friend, a neighbor, a family member, anyone you know who drives a car in the UK, because every driver in this country is affected by these changes. Leave your questions and comments down below. I read every single one, and I always do my best to respond personally. Until the next video, take good care of yourselves, stay informed, and remember, here at UK State Pension with David, your interests always come first. This is David, thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next one.